Hiya. So Ash Wednesday was this week. It happened yesterday, and that's the beginning of the Lenten season in the Christian calendar. We don't talk a whole lot about religion on here. I think that's probably because you don't talk a lot about religion in the American popular discourse. It's just not something that we're all equally comfortable doing. Because I want to have a conversation about religion and how religion should impact our lives. And I think that that's a productive thing to have. So, here we go. So during the season of Lent, traditionally, you give up something, you fast from something, you abstain from something. I don't know the theological reasons why you do that, I just know that you do. But Pope Francis said that we should fast from indifference towards others for this Lenten season. And that is such a beautiful thought to me, to fast from indifference toward others. But the question I want to ask y'all is, what does it mean concretely to give up indifference toward other people? What are actual steps you can do in your life to give up indifference? Because that seems like such an abstract concept that you then have to apply to your own life. And this is always where I get a little bit stuck when it comes to my faith. Give me a set of rules and I can follow those rules particularly well, but give me an idea that I then need to apply, and I'm not exactly sure how to do it because suddenly there's the ability to do it wrong. And I'm not sure really how you can do giving up indifference wrong, but I also don't know exactly how you give up indifference to other people. Giving up indifference to me means making eye contact with almost everybody, which is horrifying to me, but paying attention to everybody who's there, being aware of the situations that I walk into every single day of my life, and listening to the people around me. Giving up indifference means acknowledging those systems that are unjust, but also actively looking for ways to fix those problems. Jesus, I think, gives us some great places to start with, like feeding the hungry and clothing the naked and visiting those who are ill and in prison. And maybe giving up indifference means having those difficult conversations about the prison system and whether everybody should be in prison and how we care for our prisoners and are we doing enough to reform people instead of penalizing people. It means having the difficult conversation of shouldn't we all be eating less meat because there are people going hungry because we're feeding food that could be feeding people to animals just so other people can have meat, and thinking about the way that global system works. It might mean having conversations about ethical clothes making. It might mean having conversations about the healthcare systems around the world. Giving up indifference probably means something very fundamental. It means acknowledging the other person across the table from you and caring for their happiness as much as you care for your happiness. And that's not easy, especially when that person's happiness means that my happiness is slightly diminished. I don't know, I just think there's a lot here. There's a lot to dig into. So I would love to hear your thoughts on what it means to give up indifference. Feel free to take that idea and run with it, or go a completely different direction with it, or just tell me what it means to be a Christian to you, what your faith means to you in your life, or just tell me about your lives, because I always love hearing from you. I think that's all I've got for you today, so I hope your lives are lovely, continue to be awesome, and I'll see y'all soon! I just got a lot of thoughts in my brain.